Greetings and welcome back to the weekly news roundup. I hope you guys are all doing well. I seem a little darker than I should be. There we go. That's a little better. Maybe I should do this one too. Yeah, there you go. That's better. No, that's too washed out. There you go. That's better. All right. Well, anyway, greetings, everybody. How are you all doing? Are you enjoying your Friday? Hope you all are. Come on, YouTube. Good evening, Keegan. All right, Razzler View. Milli Vanilli is going to Spotify to cancel other people's music. Yeah, everyone is going to Spotify to cancel everybody else's music. Why don't all these burnt out hippie moron nonconformists of the past who have become conformists in the modern day? Why don't they just stay out of everybody's business? Milli Vanilli, you can't even sing your own music, so shut up. I mean, really, if you guys are too young, you won't remember. Milli Vanilli was caught lip syncing in a concert once. It was the talk of the town. Faisal, how's it going there? Yes, I will not open up the door this time. And tomorrow, hopefully, we will have this thing completely mounted. Although I think I'm going to have to find a hardware store and get another piece of board to mount the new board on top of it. It's a little complicated, but I think I might actually have to do that. Let's see. Third reject for the computer build. Old Radeon. All right. I should not block emergency exits. Well, I mean, I can still get out the front. I can go this way and that way. I mean, I can pull the thing down pretty quick. I'm pretty safe. There is actually a green screen back there, not a computer board. I did not put a giant computer board behind me, just a green screen. XDA developers announcing Mozilla and Firefox working together. I'll be looking into that. Yay. Let's see. Commodore. Hello, Shadow Greetings. Want a GPU? Try AMD Direct about 8 a.m. Arizona time. They start the line sometimes, may be able to get one. Interesting. What is Falcon browser based on? I don't know. Any of you guys know off the top? The more I use LibreWolf, the more I love it. Greetings, Moonbase Alpha Grays. It's in the official source repos. There's a kitty. Hello, Silver Adventures. Try Endeavor OS. Yes, Endeavor OS is good. I use Endeavor on my media PC. No one. Greetings, Florida. I'll be traveling through Florida sometime soon. Walked up to a total 170 feet today for my trick knee acted up. I'll get there, man. Tomorrow, 200. I'm back already. Last week's winter storm was a bust. No problems. Laptop's back up. Still in Endeavor OS, but my other PC future is unclear. Yeah, I updated my Endeavor OS today and one of the Linux Mint computers today. That will be our video tomorrow, as how to do a distribution upgrade on Linux Mint. I still need to update the Raspberry Pi, but I think I'm going to not until I get my secondary operating system on the Pi up and running. But I need to do that eventually, and I can't update anything else now. I think what happened is the update took so much bandwidth. I actually got warnings already about using up most of my data on my van internet. So that's exciting. If I'm not careful, I will be out of internet by Wednesday. They get resets either Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember when. Okay. Alpha Grays, the live stream starts and viewers drop to 1. All right. New Peppermint finally released, but MX Linux is still better. There you go. They were caught on live MTV, and I think one of them died of AIDS, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure about them. I know Queen. Queen was the famous one that Freddie Mercury died of AIDS. Of course, now in the news, don't worry. Is it H-AIDS, I think? Or is it N-AIDS? There's a new one. I can't get into all the conspiracy theory type stuff because, we want to keep the channel. But go have a look at Computing Forever's video from today on BitChute. It'll be interesting. Good evening, young gentlemen. Who you calling young? Anarita, greetings on the blanket. Watching you feel so fire. Emergency exits can just be painted on. Yes, indeed. Pasted a link to the article in the chat. YouTube hided it. Yeah. Hello, Dan. Greetings. Updated my laptop on Monday. Way to update Plasma. All right. I have a question. See if anybody of you guys know it. Dan, you might. So I plugged in. I added some USB ports off of the front box, piggybacking off of a fuse that, in theory, is only supposed to run when the van is on, but it runs all the time. Is there a way or a reason why that trigger would be shut off on the negative instead of the positive? Or do you have any other ideas to make that thing that is piggybacked on a fuse that's supposed to only run when the van is off, only run when it's off? Very interesting. Yeah, I'll have to dig into that a little bit more. Maybe I'll have to just test the other fuse line as well, see what it does. Also, anyway, open the channel today to highlight things to do in East Tennessee and our history. Don't have much here, but if anyone is interested, all right, very good. Go ahead and have a look at that link. Can I access it? Apparently I can access that link. So if you are over there in East Tennessee, when I'm in East Tennessee next, actually, I think I will be heading in East Tennessee somewhere before too long. Luke Smith got Starlink, no longer needed to wander in the woods for better signal. I saw the live stream. I didn't watch the live stream, but I saw he was live streaming. All right. Well, let's jump into the news. We have our typicals. We have privacy. We have security. We have business. We have Sillyville. And I still have 10 tea bags left of cranberry vanilla tea. I swear I'm pretty sure I have an Elijah moment going on with this tea. I swear I should have drank more of this stuff you can possibly imagine. The Earn It Act is part of the news. No, it actually, it was on my possible list of things from last week, but I ended up not using it. But yes, the Earn It Act is coming back. You'll be very close to North Carolina. I will be driving through North Carolina, actually. All of my stuff will be family friendly. Very good. Very good to know. Very good to know. All right. Let's everyone tell your friends. I don't know what's happened to the channel, but we've dropped down to like 60 views. There was a time we would get, consistently 50, 60, sometimes into 100 views on the weekly news roundup every night. And now we're down to like 16. Very interesting. Of course, that's what happens when you're on YouTube's naughty list. So I should just start getting into all full-fledged conspiracy and just, put into those other streaming options and, let the world do. So chaotic, even Ubuntu Bungie is lighter than Pepper 11. God. Yeah, that's true. I did not check how much memory it was using. Maybe I should have been like, whoa. All right, guys. Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you would like to catch the show live. But today, we're going to talk about a few things. First, we have a couple of updates. First, the IRS, after they announced, hey, everyone's going to have an ID.me account, and that guy over there, was it Kaspersky? Whatever security, was it Krebs on security, I think. He's like, well, this is one of those companies everybody is going to have to use, so let's just go ahead and all use our accounts. No. And so after everybody started looking into it and found a whole lot of crazy stuff, and after a lot of public backlash and pretty much every privacy group jumping on top of it, the IRS has backed off and is no longer requiring you to use ID.me. They're going to work on some other forms of security. Here's a thought, IRS. Why don't you use 2FA tokens? There's a thought. They're good. They're secure hardware tokens. You can even issue those to everybody, and it would be a whole lot better to issue everybody their own 2FA security tokens than crack pipes. So, I'm telling you, if you can fund crack pipes, you can fund 2FA tokens. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, that was part of a recent bill. Of course, Jen Psaki says, no, we're not doing that. We never did. Well, it was actually in the legislation. And pictures of the kits actually had a crack pipe in it. So maybe the IRS should look at 2FA tokens instead. So there was a little bug on iOS 15.4 that was you're asked to help improve Siri. And if you're like, no, because that requires filming you, basically recording your audio requests to Siri and sending this out to people to actually have them listen to what you're saying. If you turn that off, it was still collecting data and sending it out anyway. Whoops. Allegedly, it was just above, nothing nefarious, but you never know with Apple anymore. You guys, I found this out today. You know that Apple, if no matter what your job is at Apple, if you leave the company for any reason, they change your entire position to simply associate, which is a huge, huge problem for anybody seeking to leave and go to another job. But anyway, Apple did say that this was a problem. They fixed it. It was actually 15.2, excuse me. They have the correction down there, but they haven't fixed the title up there. So it's 15.2. And so if you had that set up, make sure that you are disabling that anyway, because yeah, you don't need Apple collecting all of your data. Meta threatens to shut down Facebook and Instagram in the EU, and everyone on the EU just cheered and said, good. It boiled down to part of the data collection laws. Meta stores all of its data on United States servers, and the EU law would prevent people, because of the Cloud Acts and the way United States runs like a digital wild, wild west. You're not allowed to store customer data on international servers in the EU. And so they said, well, if you don't fix it, we're going to shut down. And they said, shut down. Then they came back, well, okay, we won't shut down. We'll do something else. So there is an update to this. I just still love this article from Frostbites because it's just so apt. I mean, we're going to threaten to shut down. Good. We don't need you anyway, Mark. Shut your crap down, shut down the whole Meta, dissolve everything, burn server rooms, and the whole world would actually be in a lot better place if everyone stops messing around with all this Facebook and Instagram garbage. In fact, the comments are very nice. Some are like, explaining it a little bit more, blah, 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 blah. This guy, please, for the love of God, shut it down already. Close it down. We'll be better after all. Yeah, no chance it's going to happen. It's just posturing, blah, blah, blah. Please do so. Such beautiful news. Bye. Lots of here's and there's. I'd trust Facebook over any government having my info. That's a sad statement on policy. Watching the world burn and empty threats. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, good to have some Frostbites in the news here. Amazon expands the telehealth program nationwide. And so we talked about this when it first rolled out to employees and then to Washington State, and now it's several different places. I can't remember if it's rolling out everywhere. It says up here 20 additional cities. Basically, you can call in and have Amazon do all of your diagnostics and stuff with all of the Amazon discount doctors. And if you really want, you can schedule a live one where an actual nurse shows up to your house. Well, that's not too bad of a deal. Having a traveling nurse. That was back in the day, the doctor would come to your house rather than you going to their office. And I think that we would probably be better off having more doctors that do that type of thing these days. Going back to that old model would be great. I mean, I want to have a doctor who's well competent, knows what he's doing, and has the freedom to do what he thinks is best in medicine, not like the bureaucratic stuff today where if you do what you think you need to do in medicine, you could possibly lose your license because, you're following the science and stuff. But the powers that be aren't. That being said, though, this is you utilizing Amazon services and basically giving carte blanche to Amazon to have absolutely everything about your health. And that means this is a really bad thing. So nobody should be doing this. This is really stupid. But in more health news, it turns out that a variety of health sites, let ads track visitors without telling them. This is falling against some compliance. And based on what you're going to and seeing at these sites, it's very possible that these companies can track down actual health sites because they can see the other sites you visited and sites like them. If you're jumping all over WebMD and every other place online looking up what that crazy weird rash is, yeah, they kind of know what it is. And this was actually a Duke University study. What they did is they looked at all of the data trackers for all of the different all of the different companies out there and found a whole lot of information you could backtrack. So there were 5 companies. Let's see, 2 of 5 companies were targeted ads that were consistent with their privacy policies. So Citizen and Invita actually had the information about the ad tracking in their privacy policies, and the other 3 measured did not. There is a list of companies down at the bottom, so if you're using any of these companies. Color Genomics, Myriad Genetics, Invite, Health Union, and Citizen. You can see they had the specific trackers being used. Google Optimize, they have if tracker. I can't read the text from here without going in like this. And then you can see that what they were checking, did their language reflect this in the privacy policies, the type of information they could find. So yeah, it was very interesting that these individual companies could go back and backtrack and put back together the people, the information about you. So I have no idea why my I think I got my titles mixed up. That's the wrong title. Sorry, guys. But anyway, what's going on here is it's very easy to backtrack and figure out information about the people visiting your website. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have affiliates. Today we are highlighting Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is going to work for you pretty much everywhere where you're at. It does use T-Mobile towers. I say that as where I'm at right now. None of my phones are working. So, you know, but with the Mint Mobile, tlm.li/mm, you can use a variety of different plans. Let's see, where are the plans? There you go. So 4 gigabytes a month, $15 per month. And the more you buy up front, the cheaper it gets. You get, this is the 3 months of service, is $45. You go out a whole year, it's even cheaper than that. Then they go up to the $30 a month for unlimited, which is 35 gigabytes of 5G or 4G LTE data. And what I like about these guys most is their hotspots are still unlimited to their plan. So it's not an unlimited hotspot, but they don't meter you down unless you reach that 4 gigabyte data. So have a look over at Mint Mobile if you're paying way too much on your cell phone bill. Now let's head on over to security news. Dude, I put titles in today, but all of the titles got mixed up. Let's go ahead and I'm going to fix the title for security because, yeah. Not sure why that's not working, but it's not. Pardon me, folks. Let's see here. Look at a sleeping cat while I fix the title for the next section. That's close enough, I think. There it is. Found it. Discard that. And there we are. All right. That's set. Now we're good. And I'm back. All right. Let's see. Confused what you're asking about with the fuse thing. All right, so I used a piggyback fuse supposed to run, but for some reason what I plugged into does. Maybe I'll just have to put a switch on it and toggle it on and off manually, which is useful for those weird times I got to turn on the van and don't really care if everything else turns on. So anyway, can someone know as to why in stream 4K the stream lags a lot? It's because of my internet speed or the computer or the stream box. Usually that would be the internet speed. Tom did a video about LibreWolf browser. I have talked about it several times. I can't remember if I did one specific. I thought I did. I thought I did a more recent one. Yeah, in fact, I know I did because when it reached the mainstream flat hub, I did a video on it. I never heard of Eli the computer guy until now. Just checked out his channel and seeing all his thumbnails are a little trippy. Yeah, I watched Eli the computer guy a lot about, I don't know, 5 years ago, but he changes a lot. Like, he goes through all these weird radical changes, and half the time it like completely changes everything on the channel, and then it kind of sucks, and it's never compelling enough content for me to go back. This experiment channel did a great video on the browser roundup and Epiphany. Yep. Linux experiment's good. Apple doing the same kind of thing. They'll adopt whatever makes Hunter Biden bank on you. Watching 720 is good enough for me. It works. Just wondering why when I switch to 4K on the laptop. Is it just the laptop? If it's just the laptop, I don't know. It could be something else. Facebook and Instagram shutting down. This is so horrible. I know, right? Actually, 1080p works, just not 4K. Was wondering if it was internet speed or hardware. You can check it by doing an internet speed test and looking up what you would need to be able to download to get a consistent 4K. I just don't know what those numbers are off the top of my head. I know to upload 1080p, I need at least 6 or 7. Facebook will not shut down because God has forsaken us. This is true. Please, for the love, shut down. Is there any way to rewatch the full live stream after it's done? I can't make it live. I know you used to have them on Odyssey, but not anymore. Maybe I'm tracking them down. So if you go to my website at switchedtolinux.com, then you can see the news section is going to be there. They are all linked there. So what I do is after the stream's over and I release the 1080p version of the edited down ones, I turn the other one, I just unlist it. So it's still there. It's just unlisted. But I have the links on the article at switchedtolinux.com. So if you do want to watch the full one with all the comments and back and forth, that's over there. I was a kid out. Doctors came to our house. Yep. DRS breaks away from the hospitals. Let's see. AMD Ryzen 7 or Intel i7 recommended. I personally like going with the Ryzen options because I just think Intel's getting a little bit crazy at times. And actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, the Ryzen 7 is going to be more compatible to the i9. So if one of you guys can confirm that, let me know. But yeah, because I was, I know I did, my new laptop is a Ryzen 5, which is more equivalent to the i7. So I think the Ryzen 7 is equivalent to the i9. Can anybody confirm that? Right. Download is 563. Okay. Yeah. If that's your download and upload speeds, it's going to be a hardware issue. 12-month unlimited plan a little bit ago. US cell bill was over $500. Just don't understand how it can be that much. Yeah. Yep. Greedy people. Okay, still got to try Mint Mobile. Been paying too much for too long. Yep. 60s we had 3 in this town. There's none where I lived in this towns. Come to Algeria. Data's cheap, but life is crap. Hey, I can deal with bad life as long as I get cheap data. Come on, man. Buffering or just you? I haven't had any issues on my end. Eli's political now. He hates everything and it's kind of entertaining. Yeah, I'm going to have to go check him out again. I don't know. I feel like if password manager with two-factor authentication isn't convenient enough for you, perhaps you don't need to own a computer or phone. Yeah, there you go. Ryzen 9 i9. Are you sure about that? Okay, all right. I'm not going to fight it because I'm not a hardware guy, but I don't know. I know my Ryzen 5s have a whole lot more cores than my i5s. I'll tell you that. New security measures Intel is taking are well in for sure. Don't mind if Intel comes across something cheap. Ryzen 9 equals the i9. Okay. All right. You win. I give up. I surrender. All right. All right. Let's jump into security. So first up in security news, because it's tax time, we had to include this one. Cyber criminals are launching a phishing campaign against Intuit users. So, of course, with Intuit and TurboTax on the rise, people have been tying into that. So people are getting some email notifications. They look like this. Critical action required, has some random number. Intuit user, we have temporarily disabled your account due to inactivity. It is compulsory to restore your account access within the next 24 hours as well as a security upgrade on the server and database. Fight against vulnerabilities. Please visit this website here to access now, and I bet if you hover over that, it's going to not actually be that link. So just be aware of phishing scams surrounding by Intuit, or hey, if you're like me, switch to GNU Cache and hire an accountant. A radio station snafu bricked Mazda infotainment systems. If you're in Seattle listening to the radio, avoid NPR. Basically, if you go to NPR, what they did is they delivered an image without an extension, and it bricked the infotainment systems, and now you cannot tune your radio away from it. Of course, because of the supply chain issues, you cannot get parts, and these things are defined so bad that you can't fix them. You have to replace the entire module. So that's exciting, and I wonder who's paying for that. Now, some people said in here that Mazda's going to pay for it, but I can only imagine that they're not going to be all that excited to do it, unless it's only a few cars. I mean, how many Mazdas could be in Seattle that haven't had their radio stolen yet? I gotta say the number's going to be small. But anyway, be careful if you are over there in Seattle with a Mazda listening to NPR. It may brick your infotainment center. There you go. Well, after lying low in SSH botnet mushrooms, and it's even harder than ever to take down. This is the Fritz Frog. It goes on a jumping spree. And as Fritz Frog works, mostly I couldn't find anything about this other than the fact that it is a Monero miner. But it is an SSH worm, which means that it's going to worm its way through. And if you have an SSH server exposed on the internet, it's going to infect itself. The good side is it generally only infects itself if it is a beefy computer. So it actually checks system specs before installing its malware. And if you're like a Raspberry Pi or some low-end consumer machine, it's like, hell with that. And it just kills itself. But if you're running an enterprise type system, it's going to install itself over there and do all sorts of fun stuff on your server, mostly dealing with mining Monero. So there you go. There's a lot of fun stuff about that, and this is actually the spike. So this is it from the chart here is December 12, first seen. Bonk! Apparently, if Fritz Frog has reached critical mass, it's time for us to go and have some frog legs. All right, so the FBI notices a sharp increase in SIM swapping attacks, leading to over $68 million in damages to U.S. citizens. So the SIM swapping is on the rise because, guess what? That's how you steal people's account access. This is why you never, ever, ever, ever use your cell phone and a phone number to do a two-factor authentication. When everyone's like, here's your phone number, be like, screw you. Why are you making my account insecure? Yes, you are. Shut up. Sit down in that little chair there until you learn a little bit about computer security, you moron. But yeah, so basically they had between January 2018 and December 20th, there were 320 such complaints. Led to losses in the 12 million. However, just in 2021 alone, it rose to 68 million, falling 1,611 SIM swapping accounts. So, yeah, they figured out that everyone's forcing you to use two-factor authentication with your cell phone, and so everyone's like, hey, this is the best place. Because, of course, if you've stolen somebody's cell phone and you're like, this isn't my account, whoever controls that cell phone gets automatic default pure access. That's a problem. This is why you use hardware keys instead. All these people going, Google's trying to get your phone numbers. You have to do two-factor authentication. No, you don't. Guys, I run several YouTube channels. You do not have to give them a phone number. They accept security keys. They default to asking for your phone number. You got to click the button that says, what are other options? And then you get yourself a YubiKey and you plug it in and you use that. And you should be using that for everything that you can. So anyway, just be careful with that. You can help support the channel over on Patreon, patreon.com/TOMM, patreon.com. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. All right, let's see. Go with AMD. You could use the same motherboard for years without worrying about sockets. There you go. I thought I heard something about Ryzen, or at least something in AMD switching their pin configuration to be more like Intel. Can anybody confirm that? Don't care anymore. Absurdity is just passer. I will one. I don't let that upset me. Told the wife, it is the hardware, honey. She said, Anna, 720p looks sexy for a few more years. There you go. Oh. Does AMD had Intel almost beat on all benchmarks on the last video I saw for it. Just a few games were a little bit faster. Yeah. Okay, get G series AMD, get key decent games. Intuit are run by idiots. Yes, they are. They're liable to hand over your passwords to a criminal and tell them to stay safe and secure. Have a nice day. I know, right? Yeah, they are idiots. How many people actually listen to NPR? I don't know. Remember if it's still accurate, but aren't AMD CPUs cheaper for equivalent? Yes, significantly. About half the price, I remember, if I remember correctly. Lifestyle hasn't really changed since then. Okay, stay safe. Go get jabbed and help the spread. Yeah. Go get jabbed and get AIDS. What? No, I'm kidding. All right. Ending now. Fauci squeezed out the last drop of milk. Right. Late pricing AMDs and Intel's been back and forth with supply demand. Yeah, I guess it depends on the supply chains, but yeah. Most annoying things, some sites don't allow for 2FA and only allow use of a phone number. Yep, I just don't use them. Ryzen will be changing their sockets soon, and yes, they will copy Intel for some strange reason. Pins on board now. Why? Why? Are they going to be compatible with each other? Because if not, oh boy, that's going to cause a lot of problems. Right now, it's pretty foolproof. Remember, Google asked me for my phone number. I said, hell no, never did it. And Google never bothered me again. Yep, there you go. That's what you do. Dell plant coming to Ohio is not going to go live until 2025. Not sure how much is going to help with the chip shortage. I heard we'll continue till 2026 overseas. Yep. 20 minutes from my house. When I go to the store, they always ask me for my email and phone number. No. Just, you can turn around and say, can I have your email and phone number? Well, why do you want that? Why do you want mine? All right, let's get to corporatocracy. Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business and the Sillyville editions. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let's get into the news. First, Peloton fired 2,800 employees. It was all because they had poor planning. They didn't exactly know what they were going to do. So they're like, hey, we're jumping in big because of the coof, and everyone went home and bought their machines, and they forgot to look at the long track history of people who buy equipment and never use it. And their entire plan was based on subscription models, so they had very poor planning, and having very poor planning, they ended up overgrowing way too fast, and then they end up having to fire a lot of employees. But don't worry, guys, they gave all these fired employees Peloton memberships. Talk about kicking a man while he's down. My Lord. Here's your golden parachute. It's a Peloton membership. Please tell me it's the premium one. But it's not. It doesn't have the one with all the teachers in it. So who knows what they're doing. Well, Apple has a new Reality OS surfaced momentarily on GitHub. They're like, oh, we hit our Reality OS was exposed, and they promptly hit it again. So apparently reality isn't enough. Now we have to have an operating system to demonstrate our reality. So this is something you can look forward to in Apple. This is probably related to Apple glasses or VR or anything like augmented reality type stuff, because, hey, nothing like saying reality like Reality OS. I can't wait to give that one a try. Well, 85,000 Battlefield 2042 members signed a petition demanding a full refund. Why? Because the game came out completely broken. It's like, I remember the video games in my day, when you bought them at the store, they were finished. Nowadays, they're like, close enough. Let's release it, make a whole bunch of money on it, and then we'll promise free updates later, but then charge people for the updates after the free updates didn't actually happen. And so this really has happened, and so many people got so bad, it actually became the 12th worst game on the Steam Hall of Shame. It is that bad. There's a few other ones down there that I looked at and said, oh, okay, it has good company with other AAA games down there. But there was a unscrupulous, crazy attorney that promised that he would take up the class action lawsuit if it gained over 50,000 signatures. So it'd be interesting to see, are they actually going to refund it, or are they going to have to be sued and give the lawyer all that money instead? Very interesting, but let me know your thoughts down below. I mean, do you care? Have you played Battlefield 2042? Is it as bad as people are saying? I don't know. I don't play modern video games. I'm still stuck on my Nintendo. That's the first Nintendo. Yeah. Final Fantasy 1, baby. # for life. Soon iPhones will process contactless payments without extra hardware. So you can set up your phone to be able to share money with your friends, businesses, whatever else, just by high-fiving your two iPhones together. This utilizes updates to the NFC technology built into the phone, and is going to allow you to do anything like processing payments for if you have a stand, a vendor booth somewhere, a stand and you're selling your books. Great application for that. And you have, if you need to Venmo money to your friend, you can do it with Apple Pay now instead. I think this is still pretty nonsense. I would not recommend putting any of your payment information into your phone. But hey, for those of you that do, hey, there you have it. Isn't that fun? And finally, on our feature story, a solar storm blasted 40 SpaceX satellites out of orbit. These were coming in line for Starlink. So sorry, Luke Smith, your internet might get crappy for a little bit. So what happened here is that the sun right now is on this ramp up of solar storms, which is set to peak in 2025. And SpaceX launched 49 Starlight satellites into low orbit Earth with plans to kind of bring them up into higher altitudes, but the sun said no, bro, did a solar flare and knocked 40 of the 49 satellites out, and they're just going to come crashing down to Earth and burn up and die. So even now nature is now fighting back against all of these Starlink and SpaceX crap space debris floating around. He's like, come on, man. You're interfering with my ability to heat the planet. Take that, Starlink. And so the sun rejects Starlink. Sorry, Starlink. Better luck next time. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have affiliates. Today we are highlighting Linode, tlm.li/Linode. $100 in credit, good for 60 days. You can spin up all these Linodes, figure out all the fun things you can do with it, and I have some good videos planned for some Linode stuff coming up. So anyway, keep an eye for that. tlm.li/Linode for any type of cloud hosting stuff you might need. Let's go to Sillyville. Alrighty. Chip shortage is going to get much worse when communist China decides to take over. Yes. Random cat attack. Yep. Maybe have cats so random. I know. He was on this side and he wanted to be on this side, so I just picked him up and did it. Yep. A random cat attack. Right, kitty? I got a fuzzy snake over here. Well, hey, you. I forgot to get the bag of Temptations out. Hopefully I have one down behind the seat. Kitty, you are going to fall off if you keep doing that. He's going to roll over and fall off the chair. Don't fall off the chair. You're going to make me laugh. Remember, StreamGuard, since with my phone broken, I needed to disable it. It would have locked me out of the account. Backman Arkham Knight suffered the same fate. I think I did see that on that list. Have your fix it. Currently have cheap Alco Android 10 Go Pro. This is your backup. There you go. Get like a Pixel and put Lineage on it. Batman mod for GTA 5, which effectively adds Batman to gameplay. Oh, nice. Okay. It was like $30 on sale. Commodore fan using Twerp here, and it's a godsend. So I just back up the OS once I set it and say it works. If it does, just back up to the drives. Yeah. Can't satellites deploy self-enveloping Faraday cages? Apparently not. Assurance will not be happy about that Starlink claim. Excuse me, what happened to him? The sun took them out? What are you talking? Dude, no. No. Right, buddy? Right, buddy? Random cat attack. Oh, I hate you, cutie. All right. I'd ask you if you want to say hi, but you never talk. Yeah, you never talk, huh? Oh, you got the pause going up, don't you? You got the pause going. Turn off Face ID and reset the default. We'll stay off. Yep, there you go. All right, let's go to Sillyville. So first up to let's restart that one. Blah. So first up in Sillyville, coming soon to Windows 11 near you. More reminders that your computer does not meet the requirements. Hey, bro, you don't meet the requirements. Bro, what are you doing, bro? You don't meet the requirements. So now you're going to get some more stuff popping up, and it'll be like, hey, your system requirements are not met. Learn more here. Buy a brand new computer. Throw this perfectly fine working one in the trash heap and buy something new. Keep that economy going, even though there's a chip shortage. So yeah, if you're, they are still pushing out updates, which is good. They said they weren't going to, or there's at least other ways you can get them on there, but now it's nagging you. It's going to start nagging you more and more. How long before you get daily updates? Your system does not meet our requirements. Your system does not meet our requirements. Your system does not meet our requirements. Until you're just like, I'm done. All right, well, we were talking a little bit about this with Milli Vanilli in the chat earlier, but after polling his songs, Neil Young is now telling Spotify employees to quit their jobs. Would somebody get this guy a joint so he calms down? I mean, really, what is this morons? Okay, this is a guy who spent his entire career putting illicit substances into his body, is mad at Joe Rogan for bringing on a person who invented the stupid vaccine. Get over it, burnt out hippie. Smoke some pot, go in the corner, and go play with some beads or something. What in the world is this guy's unhealthy obsession with Spotify? And I don't even like Spotify. I don't care about Spotify. But my Lord. What is up with this burnt out moron? Now he's getting all his friends. Hey guys, we're going to pull all our burnt out hippies music off your radio station if you don't get along. Yeah, everyone who cares about your music already has it on CD or even cassette tape, for crying out loud. They're not using Spotify anyway. Spotify's any other burnt out hippies would like to take your music off our catalog. Please, right now we're in there taking off burnt out hippie music. Let us know if we want to take your burnt out hippie music off of our platform. It's okay. We're keeping Joe. I mean, really? Wow. So yeah, he's just trying to convince everybody to quit because stop it. Was it? Get out before the place eats up your soul. Go watch some Cheech and Chong, my friend. Well, finally, the metaverse establishes a 4-foot personal social distancing boundary. It's not for the coof. Don't worry. The coof has not yet infected the metaverse. I'm sure it will. I mean, that will happen. But this is to deter VR groping. So if you remember, there was a case within like the first 10 minutes of VR being a thing. All these people are happily in the metaverse and somebody already get groped in the meta universe. So. All right. So now they're setting up 4-foot personal boundaries. In order to get within somebody's 4-foot personal boundary, you have to get their permission. So, do I have consent to come over here and grope you? I mean, really. So yeah, they're just trying to basically do the social distancing thing in the metaverse. And they say an update from the spokesperson, personal boundary builds upon our existing harassment measures we already in place. For example, when an avatar's hands would disappear, they encroached on somebody's personal space. When we launched the Horizon Worlds as an invite only in beta, we knew this was just the beginning, and over time we'd be iterating and improving based on community feedback. Yeah, so that's exciting. So social distancing is now a thing in the metaverse. It's not for the coof yet. It will be in there. We will get the digital coof, I promise you guys. But in the meantime, the social distancing prevents groping. So maybe we should employ real social distancing at CNN or something. And then maybe the producers and executives will keep their hands to themselves. Well, if you would like to help support the channel, we do have a subscribe star page. Subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. You can help support us over there if you are interested in doing so. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. All right. Satellites deployed their Faraday's cages. Now we can't tell them to retract them. Yep. Starlink satellites made like Tesla cars. Ooh! Tom being a good kitty daddy. I know, right? Boxes do not meet bloatware. It's a disservice. 11 hardware requirements. Linux Mint works fine. There you go. Lever spaceship saucer. Nice. Every pop-up, your system does not meet requirements. Press OK to continue. Neil Young washed up has been who's not been relevant for 20 years or more. Yeah. Neil Young telling people to quit their jobs. LOL. Okay. People need to pay your bills with a roof over their head. Turn on fire. Please let it be. I should have turned on the fire screen for that one. Yeah. So glad I have 0.00% interest in the metaverse. Yeah. Hey, I have negative interest in the metaverse. Meta's nothing but Second Life on dystopian crack. Well, hey, get the government to issue your pipes and you'll be fine. Built-in Samsung weather app that uses the cartoon frog as a mascot had its mask pulled down the other night, but last night it was back up for a second. I thought CV was over with. No, the frog tells you to mask, man. Sean Wheatme to 0%. I'm telling you guys, you're going wrong with your 0% interest. You got to have negative interest. Negative. Paul Bunyan's here. Did he bring the ox? Market for mid-range or budget thin and light laptop. Yeah, I don't know. Check pawn shops if you have them. Man, I went to the cleaner at that one spot. All right, guys, I'm going to see if I actually have kitty treats down here under the seat. If I do, we can feed the beasts. Otherwise, I'm going to have to dig out kitty treats for next week. because I know I have a big box of them in my garage, but no other ones up here. Haha, found some. Yes, kitty, you gotta go up to the kitty cam. You gotta go up to the kitty cam. Up to the kitty cam. Come on, up to the kitty cam. Come on. Come on up. Mink, coming up to the kitty cam. Oh, come on up. Oh, he's like, yeah. I'm going up to the kitty cam. What do we got today? We got tuna. I think we got tuna. Are you going to come up? Or are you going to hang out down there? Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Here you go. Okay. People don't want to see that side of you. Here. People want to see this side of you. People want to see this side of you. Right? No, over here. Over here. Right here. Right here. There you go, buddy. Yeah. I'll take these. What? You got your 3? You got just as many as you got. Yes, you did. All right. Let's see. Been reducing my dependency on the iPhone. May do a Brax phone before much longer. I just buy a Pixel 3 and put Lineage, EOS, something on it. That's what I would do. A lot cheaper, probably. VR chat, but more corporate with advertising it. Thou shalt tempt thy kittens. Sad thing is that with this chip shortage, it's going to be difficult to find anything that powerful. Cats like the mix-up temptations better. Yeah. Kitty crack. Yeah, I found kitty treats. But that mental note, though, that is the last one I have up here. So I should probably dig one out from the back and put it up here. People have used cloud services now with hardware being so expensive. Yeah, of course. You fed the cats. Is it the end? It is the end, yes. Yeah, we're early tonight. What's my power looking like? I can't tell from my refrigerator. The refrigerator is running. I got to go catch it. Yeah, I've been drawing in so much power last couple days that I'm not even close to running low. We're still at 13.2, and that's going to go up to 13.3 when I turn this computer off. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up here. Thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow, upgrading the distribution upgrade to Linux Mint. Then we'll be back hopefully Monday. Actually, I don't know if I'll do a video on Monday or not. I don't know. I have a few things. I'm moving to a new place, and we'll see what things look like. But anyway, I have some fun stuff planned, and I'm actually compiling a list. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you next time.